Hey, Vinny Malkus Outdoors. I haven't done a video in a while, but that's just because all the things that are going on in the world. Plus, it's expensive. I was supposed to be headed to the Toyota Series at Lake of the Ozarks, and then I just can't do it. It doesn't make economic sense to do it, but it should be a good event because the weather's really changing up there. So if you're into tournament fishing, like keep an eye out on that. I expect it to be really fish really well. Um, you have a real nice weather pattern starting up here in the Ozarks, where should see some big bags coming out of that lake because that lake always has potential. But anyway, I want to keep this short. I wanted to talk a little bit. I don't bring like any kind of usually politics or anything besides with regards to outdoor activities. But with everything that's going on in the Ukraine, I was going to talk a little bit because I've been over there with the military, with the Marine Corps, in regards to outdoor stuff. Now, if you haven't paid attention outside the U.S., of course, the Russians have invaded the eastern part of Ukraine from the northeast, east, and south eastern portions. When I went over there in 2015, I believe it was, one of the first things I saw at the airport, besides all, there's a lot of beautiful women over there, but they're on the magazine rack. They have a magazine rack, of course, a small airport. Is a fishing magazine, right? So naturally, I picked it up, took a look at it. I ended up buying it and I gave it to my grandpa because I was looking into it. It was amazing. So over there, if you don't know, it's a fairly big fishing scene, or at that time, and they had their own product lines, local tackle manufacturers and rod manufacturers. It was pretty cool to see all the little baits they had, and and some of them were really unique, right? That I hadn't seen over here, and they struck me as more like a yellow crappie, a lot of unique yellow perch stuff because they have what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, they have. If you look at some of their stuff, they have like a yellow perch. They have a walleye derivative, a zander is what they call it, and they have pike. Excuse me. So some of the same species we have over here, or there would be subspecies, and when you look at the thing, these giant pike coming out of there is pretty awesome. And then they have trout. They have some trout over there. I can't remember exactly which species, but I've seen some that look like rainbows. So there was a huge fishing scene, and I think they're in the carp too, especially because in the western part they have. Europe's pretty big in the carp fishing. I don't recall seeing that. What struck me was the zanders, the walleyes at first, because I kind of didn't even think about it. And of course, I'm always interested in the pike and stuff that they have over there in that area, in the world, and they're pretty amazing. But I just wanted to bring that light that they're not so you look at something that's a world away, right? But we share a lot, especially as Americans, in common with them over there. And it seems like a lot of parts of the world, there's a lot of people who like to fish and enjoy the outdoors. And over there, the countryside kind of reminds you of somewhere in the Midwest, right? Or, I mean, I guess you might know, you might not know, but it does. So I don't know too much about the hunting portion, but because I didn't get to really delve into that, but I got to see the fishing magazines, and I seen some photos of some of those guys, some of the military dudes that were there with catching. They had some photos of themselves with their family where they were catching fish and stuff. So it's interesting the commonalities that we have with people across the world. I just wanted to bring that to your light and just say I'm still alive. I haven't had a video in a while, but I will. We'll get some fishing stuff out. Just trying to let everything kind of settle down and find the most economic way of getting outdoors at the moment. It just seems like there's a lot of things going on. I wanted to go to the other thing, so I wanted to go to the Mojave Open. So if you don't know about this tournament, it's coming up. It's in Laughlin, Nevada, and there's going to be a very big surprise. You keep an eye on that. I know they don't do live stream on the water too much, but look at the weigh-ins and follow that because that's in the end of March. But you're going to hit that at a time where there's going to be some big bags coming in. And I mean, you're going to be amazed at or I believe you're going to be amazed at what the Colorado River can pump out in the way of in the terms of smallmouth. And in that lake, there's some good largemouth as well. But smallmouth fishing apparently is off the hook in there. And I have a feeling there's going to be some giant smallmouth bags in from the Colorado River. We know Lake Havasu in that area has them, but Mojave's been like a sleeper, and it's probably going to show out. In my opinion, I have a feeling it's going to show out over there. And if I can get out there, man, I'd love to do it. But I just don't know it well enough to like economically justify it so that I can probably make some money. But it would be a blast because if you get on them, it'd be fun. Super clear water, big smallmouth, big largemouth, beautiful terrain. Canyony, kind of deserty, kind of like a Lake Mead. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace.